Hello, folks. My name is Oral Ofori. Welcome to your favorite human interest chat show, hashtag The African Dream. Today, we have for our very special guest, Rocky Dawuni. Rocky Dawuni is a Grammy-nominated Ghanaian singer, songwriter, producer, and activist who performs his signature Afro Roots sounds, which is a mixture of reggae, Afrobeat, highlife, and soul music. He currently lives between Ghana and Los Angeles in the United States. Dawuni got acquainted with reggae in Ghana, where he heard a military band performing one of Bob Marley's compositions in Michel Camp, a military barracks actually, where he grew up in Ghana. Today, Rocky is joining us from Costa Rica, where he is participating and performing at the International Day of People of African Descent. It's a conference. Welcome to the African Dream, Rocky Dawuni.
Thank you very, very, very much.
It's a pleasure.
How are you, Oral?
It's a pleasure. I'm doing okay. It's always amazing to get the opportunity to talk to you. Now, tell us just a little bit about where you are in Costa Rica right now.
I am right now in the capital of Costa Rica, San Jose.
Okay.
And really an incredible place. The vegetation here is very similar to Ghana. Walking around the place, I can totally be able to identify a lot of the plants that I see.
Nice.
The conference too and the events have drawn people from all over the African diaspora, especially Latin America, Central America, the Caribbean, Africa, and then the United States. And this was an event that was convened by the United Nations in collaboration with the government of Costa Rica, which has the first Black woman as the vice president here. So wow. It's really an incredible occasion where, people are meeting to really start to rethink how, there are over 200 million people of African descent who live mostly in these Latin American countries, right, and all of that, whose plight too has never been dealt with because they're to some extent marginalized people, how we can collectively use the power of all the big institutions around the world to address issues that they're currently facing. So being a musician and also somebody who's worked within those social circles, worked within the UN world, and using the power of music to connect the continent and then also the diaspora. This was a great opportunity to be here and work with the leadership to really shed a great light on these issues.
That's pretty cool. I mean, you get to do all the cool things and go to all the cool places. I'll try not to get jealous.
It's work, Oral. It's work. It's needed work.
Right.
The thing is that it's one thing, being on a podium or on a stage and singing about concepts and philosophies, right, but it's another thing to getting on the ground and leveraging that platform to impact society and bring real change, transformational change, right, to people. And for me, that is the importance of my mission as a musician, to get opportunity to do those things.
Walk the talk.
Yes, exactly. Walk the talk.
That's interesting. It sounds like an exciting experience, Rocky. Tell us a little bit more about the conference that took you there. I know you delved a little bit into it in your first response, but could you zero in and tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, the first night was the big concert, so the first opening night was the night when I took the stage on, one of the most amazing theaters, anywhere in, Latin America, Central America, or the Caribbean, the Teatro Nacional of Costa Rica, where I performed for the president, the vice president, and all the top powerful echelon of the United Nations who were also gathered there, and great people and influencers too from all of the Americas who gathered for that night. So it was really an incredible spiritual moment, and they had musicians from different parts of the world, Zimbabwe, musicians from Congo, who were all part of this. And then after the the opening night, there was also a delegation that was invited from Ghana. So I had opportunity of the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Okreku Mante, was also here.
Okay.
And then the Akwemuhene, the King of Akwemu, Odinho Kwafo Akoto, was also here with his delegation.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home. You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home. Come with me.
Especially because I represent tourism, arts and culture. I see that Costa Rica is very green. His sister, he is the one whose name befits his fame. He is such before
On this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy again. You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home.
So that was, a strong Ghanaian presence that was part of this. And in addition to, delegations from all over the Americas and UN officials and all of that. So, and then the second day was when a lot of the panels to happen, and this happened in the Cultural Center of Costa Rica. And a lot of the panels dealt with various issues from the, involvement of the youth, traditional leaders, political leaders. And then I was also spoke on a panel too that had to deal with the role of civil society in terms of dealing with these issues that are affecting our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, and also how this through our works too, we can be able to not only shed light but create a pathway to drawing attention to their plight, and also kind of putting together the resources, both the political resources, confronting the institutionalized and systemic racism too, that has for a long time diminished their presence and put them in the background of most of those nations. Because when you look at most of those nations, what is depicted in the media, you would not even know that they have Black people there. There are Black people in Mexico, Black people in Nicaragua, Black people in Colombia, Black people in Costa Rica, because their influence and contributions are always diminished. And so imagine, growing in a place and not being connected to your ancestral history of Africa. You're alienated, and within your own country, the image, the national character of that country, you are relinquished to the back room, just like as it was in slavery. But because there's nobody, they haven't had opportunity of major, personalities who have been able to make inroads in politics. They've never had that representation to speak on their behalf. Now the world has changed, and we are trying to, through the efforts of people like the Vice President of Costa Rica, first Black woman who has seen these and grew up with all these, trying to garner powerful forces from the United Nations, the government of Costa Rica, and a lot of different governments around, the Latin Americas, African Union, and everybody, because African Union was also heavily represented here, to share the light and at the same time try to create, a means by which you can address these issues, but not only as address it and solve it, but also use the opportunity as a catalyst to propel us into the future. So I had the opportunity of really focusing on how culture, and for me, culture is a very important thing because African culture is the foundation of our identity. African culture is an expression of our dignity, and an African, everywhere they go, they're proud. You try talking about Jollof, and then you get the whole of Africa fighting because we are proud.
The next Jollof festival.
Exactly. The Senegalese. But you see, the Senegalese got us because they changed the name to Chebujen, so they can run away. We Nigerians are, fighting over that. But it shows how proud we are about who we are. Yeah. So you can imagine our brothers and sisters who cannot have a connection to that, that history.
Right.
And from a long time, we've had, from Marcus Garvey to Kwame Nkrumah to all these leaders who have fought for an opportunity to recognize this aspect of Africa. The African Union called it the sixth region. And myself as a cultural figure and musician too, this has been something that has been close to my heart, to work, to shed a light on the plight, and also bring our people together so that we can be able to embrace the full potential of Africa as manifested both at home and abroad. So far, it's been an incredible experience. And we are just getting ready now to head to the Caribbean side, where we are going to also meet a lot of, immerse ourselves in the African culture that is also manifested in the Caribbean side of Costa Rica.
Right. It's pretty interesting the way you explain all these things and, open eyes and minds to certain aspects of, the African culture that is normally ignored. Some people say intentionally ignored by certain parts of the media that seek to not portray the true potential of Africa. So it's very powerful how you try to encourage Africa to tell her own story, and it seems like it's if not the only, then probably the best way to highlight the culture and saturate the people with its authenticity and validity. Let me ask you about your performance. I know you mentioned the grandiose of the theater and all that. Tell us about some of the people you performed with. I'm curious to know, was there anyone from Brazil? Mainly because Brazil has one of the largest Black population outside the African continent. But I'm just curious to know about those you performed with.
Musicians from, all over, obviously from Afro, Costa Rica. There was musicians who came in from, obviously the Congo was represented, Zimbabwe was represented, musicians too from Argentina who came, and obviously me from Ghana, and at the same time too, bringing the global sounds, the powerful sounds of Africa, but also the spiritual, aspect of the music too, And then there was a lot of also traditional ethnic music of this place, like the calypso, was shown. And then I remember also, like the calypso band had like an instrument that was almost a mixture between the seprewa and the kora, and we were all looking at it, and it was just really fascinating to see. At the finale of the show too, I invited everybody, because I believe that it was a historic moment in the story of Africa. It's almost like the vision that our founding fathers, from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, George Padmore, everybody moved to Africa and envisaged the day when that some of the major steps will be taken to connect our people. And I think organizing this whole conference, gathering, cultural event here was historic in nature. So I use that opportunity to also honor, musicians and artists who have worked in that space, from Fela to Bob Marley, and I believe that if all these musicians were alive, they would have been present because this was really a historic moment. They would have been present in terms of catalyzing and igniting this incredible opportunity. So that was what the show was about. It was reaching out into the African diaspora, showing the best, showing the culture, garnering it all to also honor the people who set the precedents, who have set the pathway for us also to walk through it. So it was taking the past, acknowledging the present, and also making a bold move into the future.
Right. I love that. Taking the past, acknowledging the present, and forging into the future boldly.
Yes.
Now, I also like how you keep harping on the fact that it's a spiritual experience. It goes to indicate who we are as Africans, where we respect the fact that we are not here because of our own doing, but because of the kindness of our spirits, those who have passed before us, that are still here with us in present, but spiritually, and pushing us on, to a better and a positive future. It makes us all beautiful people, and people like you are working to shine that beauty globally, so the world can see and appreciate what Africa is all about. And speaking of beautiful people, there's this wonderful track of yours by that same title, Beautiful People. We'd like for you to introduce that track, but before you do, tell us a little bit about the dynamics behind that song.
Well, Beautiful People was exactly what I'm doing here in Costa Rica. What's the message that I'm carrying to my brothers and sisters in the diaspora? That although, 16th century, that nuclear family of Africa was split apart, and they were carried across, and they endured so much, but the most important thing is that we survived.
Right.
We survived and we are thriving, and that's a beautiful thing. And we have to know that, we were the beginnings of civilization, and we are, creations in God's image. So no matter what we go through, we have to honor our cultural gifts, what makes us unique, because we are beautiful before the Creator. And the video for it too was shot in my traditional homeland, highlighting the traditional culture as a means that, we can't, like a catapult or the Sankofa bird.
Right.
For us to go into the future, we have to go and take the past and then use that as our fuel and head and aim into the future together as one people.
Well, folks, enjoy this video, Beautiful People by Rocky Dawuni.
I dedicate this song to you, my beautiful people. My beautiful people, come and sing along, yeah. Here I got a song for you, my beautiful people. My beautiful people, come and sing along, yeah. There are many things we cannot hide. There are many bonds that can be undone. Just like our bond. Everything in life is a sacrifice, but I know it was worth the price, for I did it for you. Here I come with a song, oh beautiful people, oh beautiful people, come and sing along, yeah. I dedicate this song to you, my beautiful people. Beautiful people, come and sing along, yeah. From every corner we'll be blasting, from every corner we'll be blasting, and I did it for you. You know that music is a language to free us from everybody. this song for you, oh beautiful people. Oh beautiful people, come and sing along, yeah.
Hello folks, we hope you enjoyed that video. It's Beautiful People by Rocky Dawuni, who is our special guest here on hashtag The African Dream, your favorite human interest chat show. Lovely video, by the way, Rocky Dawuni, and we loved how it displayed the, beauty and culture of Ghana. People like to call Ghana the Star of Africa. I don't know what you call it, but it's your home, and we're happy to have you here with us on hashtag The African Dream. Now, tell us, Rocky, briefly, being in Costa Rica for a while, have you seen certain opportunities that we can look to develop as far as Ghana-Costa Rica relationship is concerned? And can you share some of those with us?
Oh, yes. I mean, one of the most important thing is also what they're doing with the environment, I mean, that one of my roles has been the United Nations Goodwill Ambassador for the Environment for the continent of Africa. So I know the worth of protecting our land, the worth of protecting our water. And this is something that we're even struggling with in Ghana, where we have, galamsey and all these mining destroying sources of fresh water. Biodiversity too is, it's in tatters right now. Places like Etiwa Forest, where we're selling it to Chinese interests to mine and destroy biodiversity here. But when you come to this country, the value that they attach to the environment, a lot of protected lands, clean water, renewable energy. It's one of the most biodiverse countries literally in the planet because they have made it an effort, and they've also invested. They don't have an army. They abolished their army a long time ago and invested in education. So it's a country of progress. And I feel that this is something too that Africa, as we figure out a new way, a new generation, we the new generation, coming into the fore, out of the shadows of the first wave of post-independence generation to forge a new Africa. I feel that we need an aim and a plan, an idea. And I feel that Costa Rica, to some extent, offers us a glimpse of what we can learn and also use that to create the new Africa that protects its environment, empowers its people, elevates women, protects, its waterways, controls its land, and also controls its destiny and not outsource it to anybody.
That's pretty cool. Share some of that with the folks in Ghana, especially those in government, and hopefully they would take what you're saying serious and help in the fight to save and above all protect the environment, because there's a lot going on that is really degrading the environment. And there's this old saying that the earth as we see it does not belong to us here now and today. We've borrowed it from our ancestors to protect it for our future. So we're merely.
And there's also a very great indigenous, Native American saying that say, the earth does not belong to us, we belong to the earth.
True. So, that's pretty unique. I haven't heard that.
Yeah. So we have to get away from taking and destroying it and honor it, because we ultimately belong to it.
Right. That's so true. Rocky, thank you so much for your time. Before we leave you, tell us what's new about Rocky Dawuni. What should we look out for? Are there any, cool projects in the pipeline?
We're just about to launch a new video that, I worked on in Ghana, and it's really an incredible song that also shows my high life, kind of dimension And so we're just about to launch that in the next few weeks. So people should expect that. And and the new EP is still available. Voice of Boom Boom Volume 1. So anybody that's listening should go out there and stream and listen to it, because it's also a beautiful album that stretches the boundaries of our music, reaches out to the diaspora, reaches out to the future, and provides a blueprint of the possibilities of our music. So, God bless us all.
Yeah.
And everybody keep feeling positive, regardless of what is going on in the world. And, stick to the earth, stick to what is pure, stick to traditional medicine, eating right, stick to staying human. That's the most important thing.
Thank you so much, Rocky Dawuni. And for those who don't know where to get the new album, the details are on the screen. Follow it to know where to purchase, where to stream, and please share. Get the word out about what Rocky Dawuni is doing. And Rocky, one last minute, look into the camera and tell the young African, wherever they are, whether in the continent or in the diaspora, that is feeling hopeless. Tell them what you feel they can do to have hope, or why they shouldn't lose hope, especially in these times.
Well, my message to the youth of Africa is that you are the promise of the future. You look around anywhere around the world right now, the highest number of youth who are going to propel the world and fashion the new world is in Africa. So regardless of what you're going in, know that you are that promise. Don't let what is going on right now distract you. Embrace education and focus, and know that as the future unfolds, the character of the future is African.
This reminds me so much of one of your music in Ghana. Time now for jubilation.
Oh God,
I wish I had
an answer, cause in sweet love, our spirits will grow.
Thank you so much for joining us, Rocky Dawuni from Costa Rica.
Time now for jubilation. Oh God, I wish I had an answer. Causing sweet love, our spirits will grow. We're sitting down, that's every day. And then behind the wall, the smiling sun stars. The people all know the reason why we still grow. So brothers, be jamming. Yes, be jamming. Yeah. We'll be jamming till they hiding in oppressor.
Thank you so much. And thanks to all those who made this interview possible. Carrie Sullivan, everyone. Peace.
Thank you. God bless you.
Say you smoke from Rasta. In Ghana, we're stopping all the suffering. In Ghana, I say you smoke from Africa. In Ghana, Jaja seals and sun.